There are 161 potentially active volcanoes across the country. The latest to erupt is Mauna Loa on Hawaii's Big Island. Andria Ellis is a U.S. Geological Survey geophysicist at Hawaiian Volcano Observatory and one of the scientists closely watching the eruption. Andrea, welcome to the program.
Thanks so much. Hello.
Hawaii gets a lot of attention for its eruptions, but it's not actually where most of the volcanoes in the U.S. are located. Where are they?
Yeah, it's a great question. We have a lot of earthquakes along the western coast, so in California, Washington, Oregon, and Alaska, and then Yellowstone.
So how does the USGS monitor these potentially active volcanoes? And what types of tools do you use?
That's a really great question as well. There's so many tools that we use to monitor active volcanoes within the United States. And here in Hawaii and other volcanoes, we have for the geophysical instrumentation, our volcanoes are well instrumented with tilt meters, which is a form of deformation tools, GPS, seismic, which really tells us about earthquakes and how the earth is vibrating. We have gas sensors, which is measuring CO2 or carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide emission rates. We use satellite imagery. We have live webcams that are collecting data for us almost continuously in times of quiescence, where there's no activity, unrest, and then current eruptions.
And you talked about some of the changes that you look for. What are the signs that an eruption could be imminent?
That's what we've been looking at for the last several months before the onset of this current eruption at Mauna Loa, which just started on November 27th, a little over a week ago. So we were in a state of heightened unrest. So we were looking, these GPS instruments and tilt meters we're seeing the volcano inflate. And so just like if you have a balloon under a pile of sand and it's inflate, you blow it up, the earth increases. We also have increased seismicity, lots of small earthquakes, and then we were really looking for an imminent eruption to happen. Those seismic signals to get closer to the surface. Usually they're at depth below this Earth's surface, and then really there's something called tremor, which is a very slight vibration and looks a very specific seismic signal, which is indicating that magma reaching the Earth's surface and all those small bubbles from magma, and then a really sharp increase in tilt meters, which measure how the flanks of a volcano deform, as well as very distinct, even more increases in the surface deformation.
A lot of people think of lava when they think of volcanic eruptions, but what are some of the other potential hazards that the USGS looks out for and monitors?
Yes, of course. Lava is one of the most exciting parts of volcanoes and what we think of. And then the other big part, at least for Hawaiian volcanoes, is VOG. So VOG is, an air quality metric, and it's really the volcanic gases, sulfur dioxide and carbon dioxide and ash are really other big hazards for residents.
And how does the USGS work with local governments to make sure at-risk communities stay safe?
Yeah. So the United States Geological Survey is really focused on science and observations and then informing our stakeholders and agencies and local governments about those risks to populations. And then so we work closely with here at Hawaii, the Hawaii County Civil Defense Agency is someone that we're very closely involved with. HIEMA, which is the Hawaii Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, and we actually have spun up an emergency operations center. And we are staffed there 24/7, closely informing those decisions for road closures. Not at this time, but if there was potential for evacuation, those folks would be making those decisions.
And going back, Andrea, to Mauna Loa on Hawaii Island, as you said, it started erupting on November 27th. When did you begin to see signs that the volcano may be close to erupting?
Yeah, so we've been monitoring Mauna Loa very closely for decades. The last eruption was in 38 years ago, in 1984. So this is a very exciting time. And so we really saw the most unrest probably in July 2020, and in September really started seeing very distinct signs that an eruption was coming. But it wasn't until the night of November 27th, just about an hour before the eruption or the lava reached the surface that we saw in our geophysics signals, the seismicity went up, and then the tilt meters really have a very distinct signal when lava gets very close to the surface, and that's when we saw it.
And how long do you expect it to last?
That's the million-dollar question at the moment. Historically, these eruptions can last days to weeks or to years. So we really don't know at this time. Currently, the effusion rate, or the rate at which lava is coming out, is very consistent for the last couple of days. So, we're just watching and seeing, and that's really the exciting part of this eruption.
What other volcanoes are on your radar at this point? Anything that you're expecting to happen in the near future?
Nothing new, but what that folks forget is Hawaii, the island of Hawaii, has two currently active volcanoes. Our other volcano, Kilauea, has been erupting since 2020, and so we have on island, we have two active volcanoes, Kilauea and Mauna Loa, and it's a very exciting time.
All right. Well, Andria, I want to thank you so much for joining us from Hawaii. I know it's not a good time over there, but good luck with the volcano.
Yeah, pleasure. Thanks so much.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any future Government Matters interviews.